Could you throw up that graphic? Ben Johnson is back. The news that just broke a couple hours ago: Detroit Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson is returning to Detroit. Excuse me, he's staying in Detroit. This is arguably the number one head coaching candidate. Definitely top 3. We were certain. Most people were certain. This guy's gonna go. He's moving on. Yep. He's gonna go lead another team, and we were all gonna be happy for him. But we're all much more happy today, knowing that this man's coming back to the Detroit Lions team, leading this offense that was a top 5 offense in the league. Bro. They are back.
Preach it, bro.
This offseason was already going to be exciting. We got Brad Holmes ready to cook. We got the Senior Bowl coming up, the Combine, then the NFL Draft where he's going to address some of that talent deficiency on the defense. You know he's going to add a piece on offense. They're going to add more to that offensive line. Man, this is just exactly what I believe this city needed to just get over that hangover of San Francisco 49ers loss.
Yes.
This couldn't be any better, couldn't be timed any more perfect.
Bro, I am glad that it seems as if this bugs him. I know that this has to – you've seen all the other players, man. This – you want to talk about consistency. All of them from Penei Sewell to Amon-Ra St. Brown. You see even some of the defensive players out there chirping at people. You saw Dan Campbell. They are aggravated. They are annoyed. They know that they let one slip away, but they know that this wasn't their only chance. Dan Campbell's words have to be closely parsed, man. They have to be closely parsed. He said, look, do you just get back here? No, you don't. Is it going to be tough to get back here? Yeah, but we know what the DNA and the makeup of this team is. We've seen it all year. We know exactly who Dan Campbell is. We know he's shown us exactly who he is. This team has only improved year after year after year underneath Dan Campbell, and I cannot wait to see what year 4 brings.
It's going to be incredible. But going into this season, I was bullish on quarterback Jared Goff because this season would be the first in his career. This as in the 2023 season that we just finished. First in his career where he's had the same offensive coordinator and same quarterbacks coach. That's Ben Johnson and Mark Brunell in back-to-back years. We've seen the development of Jared Goff each year just continue to go up. I didn't think that streak was going to stretch a third year. He now gets Mark Brunell and Ben Johnson one more year with this offense. They still got that offensive line. They got to make a decision on Jonah Jackson, Graham Glasgow. They got to make some big decisions here, but if you think Brad Holmes isn't ready to address some of these holes, isn't ready to take this team to the next notch, especially knowing Ben Johnson is coming back, there's only one thing they're thinking about in Allen Park down there right now. That's Super Bowl.
Yes. And you know what? That's what's going to influence not just every decision, every move they make as it relates to personnel, draft, free agents, and everything, but the players who are on this team. The mindset now is Super Bowl. Last year, coming into this season, the mindset was, can we just win the division? Can we host a playoff game? Can we have a winning record? These are some of the things that get bounced around, and all of us as fans are out here giving our predictions. How many games can they win? Now the mindset of this entire organization, and I believe of all the fans, should be Super Bowl or bust. That is it, man. Nothing less than that. Get there, get back. It's not just at this squad, because they talk about the experience that the 49ers have of being there multiple years in a row, but they're getting a little bit long in the tooth. They're a little bit older. They're going to be a little bit slower. They're going to be a little. Our Detroit Lions team is primed right now, man, on the backs of our rookies, on the backs of our young players, bro. Penei Sewell, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Talk about dangerous players, man. I think that's what Terry Foster said. He's like, they're pissed off, and that means danger for the rest of the entire NFL. I can't wait to see what this team looks like. I'm like, bro, can we just start the season?
Got to this point at what a lot of people thinking that they were ahead of schedule. So just imagine if we keep this same offense maybe a little bit better, and then we retool on defense. All we got to do is bring that defense up, and I think you're looking at a Super Bowl contended team. But absolutely, that should be the mindset in this locker room. And, man, I think this is going to motivate them, much like a lot of people thought the Dallas game motivated them. This right here is going to sit all year on the minds of those players, and best believe they're going to come out next year swinging.
Yes, and like Lil Wayne and Birdman, they got money to blow.
Yeah,
like
right.
This is an off-season where they got money to spend on these holes.
Swinging.
You know what I'm saying? and KG, I'm going to bump forward 3 graphics. Okay. There was one about the odds of the Lions to make the Super Bowl.
I got you.
They came out before Ben Johnson declared he was coming back. Kool-Aid
That's what
plus
I'm talking
700.
about.
This looks like they're the third favorite in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about too, man. It's all of these things, this combination of things.
Cash, homie.
It's what Ben Johnson is seeing. It's what these coaches are seeing. It's what the players are seeing. It's what we know after seeing this team for the whole season, bro. When they went into Dallas, I remember I was like, okay, this is going to be my litmus test, because up until that point, the best teams they played, you know, it didn't go as well in that Seattle game. When they dropped that one, it's like, okay, it for me as a long-term Lions fan and not knowing where they were headed, it was like, okay, it's a little shaky right now. But let's see what this team is going to do. And when they went to Dallas, the Asterisks win. You know, I'm going to still call it 21-20. I know the record books is going to say 20-19. I don't give a flip. I don't really care about that, man. We saw what our Detroit Lions did. And I'm talking about, man, balls of steel from Dan Campbell as well. After I saw that, it really started to cement in my mind that this team is for real. They are one of the top teams in the NFC, not just the NFC North. I know people keep talking about, oh, they got a tough schedule next year. No, the Lions are on everybody else's schedule. It's not the other way around.
Yeah.
Our job is to go out there and handle business. If we have this mindset of, oh, man, it's a tough schedule next year, what is that saying about your fandom? Like, let's get the same old Lions fans. Let's kind of put them off in the corner by themselves so that the big boys can handle business, man.
We're a tough team.
That's it. We're a tough team,
Right.
a physical team. They were smacking people all year. When they got to the playoffs, bro, they were out physically. The physical aspect that they were bringing to the games, especially against Matthew Stafford. You want to talk about no love. It was awesome when I heard some of the players saying, Matthew Stafford, yeah, we know he used to play here, but I ain't never played with him.
Yeah.
I don't have this connection to be like, oh man, Matthew Stafford, that's my guy. No, they just wanted to go out there and make sure that they didn't have to hear Matthew Stafford's name anymore. That they didn't have to worry about, are the fans going to cheer this guy? Are they going to wear his jersey? Where's the allegiances lying? No, now you have a team that you can actually believe in, because when Matthew Stafford first got traded, how much did fans believe in our team? Not that much. So much so that they were actually calling themselves the Detroit Rams and cheering on another team and another quarterback to the Super Bowl. Now you can cheer on your own team. That's what this is about, man. And then when you add in these other layers, what Vegas is saying, when you add in these other layers about all of the different show hosts who were trying to cook Dan Campbell, the reason why they were trying to cook Dan Campbell is not necessarily because of the decisions they were making. A lot of these hosts were saying that the Detroit Lions were the better team. Everyone is now coming to this same congruency, bro, that the Detroit Lions are a real squad. They are a contender. You're gonna have to bring your A game next year. I think it was Rex Ryan, I forget which host it was, that said, you know what? No, it was Florio and his co-host. But they said it. They said it. Next year, the Detroit Lions are on everybody's radar. They're gonna get everybody's best. And what I know about these Detroit Lions is they bring their best as well.